Will more progressive Democratic challengers perform in the nation's largest swing state down the line? Our Washington, D.C. Bureau reporter Samantha-Jo is joining us from Capitol Hill with a closer look at that.
Well, Tammy, Senator Bernie Sanders is officially in the race, but his path to political victory is going to look a lot different than it did in 2016. And that's because of a changing political electorate in swing states like Florida.
We were told that our ideas were radical.
Senator Bernie Sanders announcing his second bid for the White House, noting many of his progressive views have been adopted by the party since his last run.
3 years have come and gone, and as a result of millions of Americans standing up and fighting back, all of these policies and more are now supported.
But how will candidates like Sanders and Senator Elizabeth Warren, who've adopted a populist policy agenda, court voters in the largest swing state?
They have problems. The Democratic challenge this year is to pick up the energy from the left and pick up the genuine need for reform and about income inequality, racial justice, etc., without turning off a lot of white middle-class voters.
In the 2018 midterm election, Democrats across the country picked up 7 governorships and 40 House seats. But Florida Democrats came up short, which could be a foreshadowing of what's to come for 2020 Democratic contenders.
It'll be hard. You have to be able to hold your base and grow your base. And that is the challenge for Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. So they're going to have to figure out how to talk to a broader swath of America.
Experts believe a more moderate Democratic candidate is more likely to win over voters. But in a state that's voted for every presidential winner since 1992, winning Florida isn't always the answer.
Democrats can win the Electoral College without Florida. If they take Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, they can lose Florida and Ohio.
Well, the president knows clearly just how important the Sunshine State is, making a play for Hispanic voters in Miami with his remarks on Venezuela just yesterday. We're live on Capitol Hill this evening. Samantha-Jo, Spectrum, News 13.